Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night. I am the Radmus Harkon. I'll be your storyteller this evening. My name is Will, and last we left off with our Camarilla group, we focused on Connie and what she was doing. We saw her wake up before everybody else and take off one evening, which we saw from Melvin and Mustang's perspective. She took off because she was bombarded with images of a saloon, a homestead, a group of men standing around a woman whose head currently exists in a jar on a coffee table in their apartment. She saw an image of the man she saw in Joshua's house, and before anything else, she found herself outside the Orpheus Theater. Across the street from her, a man pulled up in a very nice looking car with a rearing horse for kind of hood ornament. He introduced himself as Thomas Kincaid and revealed to her that he was Joshua's sire. He asked if they've dealt with a woman named Abigail, and she said that it sounded familiar. That's when he offered her to go for a drive to kind of catch up. Mentioned that Abigail is the reason he had to embrace Joshua. Told her the story of how Joshua and him met in the Wild West. And Joshua was kind of a member of the Civil War, and how he earned his retirement from that action. But she also learned that Abigail is or was a member of the Sabbat, and that she was one of the few bad apples that they had to deal with back in the day. They left the car at the Red Eye Lounge. As he mentioned that he was friends with Otis King, and he asked about the La Sombra member in their coterie, but Connie had to reveal to him that what was his name? Albert. Albert was no longer with them. It's been a while. They saw Manny Garza kind of talking to one of the bouncers, and Thomas was the one to actually walk Connie through the first transformation using Protean 4 for the first time. She turned into a gray wolf, and they ran off into the forest, where they came across some actual shapeshifters. And they were told not to come back into the forest, that there was an issue, and that Joshua had left about a month ago, and that he didn't say anything to anyone. And they also mentioned that they have gotten a surprise visit from a Fenrir that shouldn't exist, but it's something that they've got to deal with, and so they have their own problems outside of Salem. They got back and they saw John Coulson in the office. They talked to him, asked if Manny was around, which he was. He was hidden in the corner. And then Connie kind of asked Manny about different things, found out about the interruption in the Lupine Treaty, explained that there was always two liaisons that they had dealt with, but one of them had kind of met a certain demise. And then they learned that Prince Hyde is actually the one that could not agree to the terms the Guru had given the Kindred of Salem. And they tried to figure out who the new enemy is in their midst, but the only thing they could learn is that the new werewolf that has appeared in the territory comes from Nazi Germany, and that someone set him loose on the city. They asked him who he thought was responsible, but he didn't give up any information because he is an Nosferatu. And then they asked about the rumors about Geraldine still being alive, and this, they noticed, caught him off guard. But they discussed whether Joshua could have been the one to release a Nazi werewolf, but that's really not how Joshua operates. Then Thomas took Connie over to the Blue Mean Rose Gallery to talk to Wesley Ian Garter. She noticed that the two gentlemen have history, and then heard Gardner mention that he believed the last time that he left the city was for good. Uh, their chat was full of subtext about how they hate each other, and that's when Connie noticed Joshua was skulking around. Um, and she intercepted him, asked him to go talk outside, and while he was driving them to wherever they were going to talk, a truck rear-ended them or T-boned them, knocking Joshua straight out of the windshield and knocking Connie out from the passenger side. And that's when she noticed that they were well armed and that they had a machine that they had put up to Joshua's chest and that it had stapled a full wooden stake into his chest. And we left off with her seeing one of these gentlemen come walking towards her with the same machine. As far as Melvin and Mustang are concerned, we left off with them preparing to go to a gentleman's club the night of Monday the 29th, and that's where we're going to open up with Melvin first.
Hello.
Hello.
The band's back together, kind of. We're still in two different cities, but the band's back together.
I mean, we're working on getting you back to Salem.
Yeah.
So you're heading off to this gentleman's club. It is probably the only real big place in Astoria. It is packed. You can see that every space in the parking lot has a car, and that there's other cars like on the side of the road. How do you want to proceed? Mustang does not want to go into this place.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, as we're walking over there, I am definitely keeping my P's and Q's of the area.
Yep.
I'm keeping my eye out, making sure I don't see anybody tailing us or anything along those lines. Because I, like the nice gravedigger person told me, it's kind of like lawless here. So,
yep.
I think I'm just gonna walk up to the front door.
Okay. The neon sign is a interesting little piece of lights. It's a mixture of reds, oranges, yellows, and because the bar is called the Cheeky Beaver, when the tail has three settings: down, 45 degrees, and then like a 60-degree angle. The second it gets to a highest point, the beaver's buttocks are revealed.
Classy.
Yeah. It is a classy joint for sure. But the bouncer kind of sees you coming up, eyeballs you for a moment. Can I help you, sir?
I think the girls inside are the ones that can help me. If you know what I mean, friend.
He looks at you. $5 cover charge.
I don't know if I have money. We have not discussed if I have money.
Wow. Now we get to know if Melvin has money. Do you have resources? You do have resources.
I do have resources. Yeah, I have resources too.
Yeah, so you're middle class.
Okay, so I got monies.
Yeah.
I give him the $5.
Okay. Takes it, puts it in a little safety box, opens the door for you. Go on in, sir.
Much appreciated. And I just start walking in. I'm like, and to myself, I'm just like, here we go.
Yep. And there's a little kind of airlock of doors, and as the door behind you closes, you see the air pressure kind of push open slightly the two doors that lead into the club itself. You can hear the music is just already going strong. It sounds like there's some disco anthem going on right now.
Disco.
Uh, and as you push open the door, you see that there's one girl that's set up behind the podium. She has a beaver hat, uh, and just kind of a beaver tail that bounces up and down whenever she walks. Um, she welcomes you. She's like, "Are you here by yourself?"
That I am. That I am. And I'm like really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like I don't like these kind of. Melvin doesn't like these kind of places.
yeah,
I'm just kind of like uncomfortable. I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
yeah. All
I
right.
say like multiple times.
You can sit at the bar, or you can sit at one of the tables with that's not taken already.
Mm,
You
yeah.
like me to? Would you
The,
like me to lead you? And
sure, sure.
as she walks around, you see the tail kind of bouncing up and down.
Okay. Well, really quick, and I
Mm,
do apologize because, like I told you, I don't know. We did a lot of moving stuff around, and I don't
mm,
have my notebook.
mm.
I know that we were coming here because, from my last understanding, Mickey had come here.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
but I didn't have any names of anybody that was here, right?
No, no.
Okay. Sorry, it's just that since I don't have the notebook.
Yeah,
Listeners, I do apologize. I
it's okay.
can find my notebook.
Um,
So,
but yeah, she leads you over, and you can see that there is a horseshoe shaped bar in the center of this large room. It looks to be a story and a half tall. There's the one stage in the center of the bar where the bartenders kind of like go around it. And then there's a side stage that's just maybe 3 feet by 15 feet along the back wall, where you can also see that that's where the uh, DJ booth is, and you can see there's some little stalls with more comfortable chairs that have curtains, where you imagine is where the private dancing happens.
okay.
But she kind of points out an empty seat at the bar. She points out one of the empty tables. Like, anywhere you'd like, sailor.
I'm gonna. Who will give me more information? The bartender or the dancer? How much money would we say I have on me?
Uh, Easily like $100.
Okay. All right. I'll go to the bartender then.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go sit at the bar.
Okay. And she
Because a
kind of,
$100 dancer is not going to get me much information.
yeah, she looks at you as you sit down, and she slides over from the other side of the bar. What can I get for you?
Um, just give me a minute. I'm just trying to. I'm new here, so I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land here.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. It's there's a lot of cheeks to take in.
Funny enough, I prefer nice conversation.
Oh, you want to go to the library? Then this is not a place for that.
And I take out the 100 and I
Mhm.
just put it in my hand. I kind of just have it in my hand, and I'm like, do you normally bartend here?
Yeah, yeah.
So you see a lot of the comings and goings.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately.
Um, I was curious. An associate of mine. Uh, I was trying to locate them, and it's my understanding that they may have frequented this establishment, and I was wondering if you maybe knew something or knew of somebody here that may have had some discussions with them.
I mean, we have a ton of regulars. What's his name?
It goes by Mickey.
Like the mouse?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, we've only had one Mickey, but I haven't seen him in a long while. So
Did he usually was he of darker persuasion?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about the same Mickey. Do you know who he would frequently speak with, or what when he would come here?
Yeah, yeah. He'd always talk to Mr. Beverly.
Mr. Beverly, is he like the owner here or something?
He's one of the owners. Yeah.
Is he in tonight?
Oh, he's in every night. Yeah, he's one of the hardest working men I know.
Is he somewhere here, or is he in the office? Or
I can see if he's available, but he's normally in his office. Yeah, unless he's
I kind of slipped 100 to her,
okay.
and I'm like, it would be wonderful if you could see if he's available.
Of course. And she takes it. She pockets it. You see her go to one of the doors.
Will, really quick
Mhm.
before I do my next steps. They told me Mickey was killed here,
In
right?
Astoria. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was at the bar.
he might have been
At
at the bar. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Just to make sure, so the next steps that happen
yeah, yeah,
go accordingly and properly to the situation.
yeah. And you see
It's
that
been,
the bartender comes back over to you on the actual patron side of the bar, and she kind of motions with her head. Yeah, come on. He says he's been dying to meet you.
oh God, Ashley, I'm not going to be able to save you. So I go. This is where I die. So I go. I get up
Mm-hmm.
and I'm make my way. I follow her.
All right, you go into an office. It's very simple. There's just a desk. There is a couch to one side. There's a couple chairs in front of the desk, and there's just a wall of like a bunch of different girls from the ages, and you can just see that this club has been open for at least 6 years because one of the earliest pictures is 1978.
Okay.
But you see that there's a gentleman sitting behind the desk. Little bit of pepper streaks coming out from the temples and back towards the rest of his head. Otherwise, it is dark black hair. He's got a widow's peak, very soft kind of blue eyes, no facial hair to speak of, well dressed. And as he stands up, he comes around the desk and extends his hand. Harold Bevry, nice to meet you.
Melvin Wright. It's a pleasure.
Mickey's
And I
boy.
stick my hand out.
He shakes it. Got,
Do
got,
do I feel like he's got like a grip?
not like yours,
Okay.
but you also don't feel any heat coming from his hand.
Okay. Context clues.
Yeah.
Okay.
And shakes your hand. He motions to one of the chairs or the couch, and then you see him kind of sit at the edge of the desk.
All right. I'll sit in the chair.
All right. Gotta tell you, you're not what I was looking for, what I was expecting. But it is a pleasure nonetheless.
Am I prettier?
Wow. Who can say when you have that mask on?
She's very astute. Your kind, our kind, typically are.
Right, right.
So you said you were expecting me.
Mm-hmm. Last time Mickey was here, he left in quite a hurry. But at least he
Uh,
did say that one of his children would be coming in.
um, I hope he left on good terms with you. And I
Oh,
start looking around.
oh, of course, of course. I never had, always been one to have good relations with Nosferatu.
Um,
Pays,
so
pays to
so
know which side your crumpet's buttered on, love.
you're smart. Not a lot of people put that together. Um, I'm not sure how he knew I was going to be here. Apparently, you said I'm not what you were expecting, so
Hmm.
not exactly sure what you were expecting or who you were expecting.
He goes behind the desk. You hear him pull out a set of keys from his pocket, and he unlocks a drawer, and then he pulls out a small shoebox of a package. To be honest, I was expecting one of the ladies.
I'm not familiar with them, right?
With him?
His other child, the other childer.
No.
Okay. Like, we haven't exactly had a family reunion, so not
Oh.
exactly who you're referring to.
Yeah. Yeah, he opens the box and hands it to you. He's like, plenty of pictures there for you to see.
Nah, I'll grab them and I'll start looking through it.
There are a couple of photographs. One of Mickey with you, another of Mickey with a white woman. Um, Looks to be pre-embrace because she still has her actual human appearance. Um, Looks like she's really happy in the picture, um, and slightly familiar to you as far as like the height compared to him, the frame of the body, the way she's standing. You've seen it before somewhere.
I just can't put two and two together right now.
You could try to make a intelligence and awareness roll for the
Okay.
first roll of the night.
Let's see how this goes. What's my hunger at? I think it's still at 1. Yeah. Cool, 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 cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you said
Super cool.
intelligence
And awareness.
and an awareness. Am I aware? Let's see. I'm kind of aware. Let's find out how that goes.
You kind of woke.
I'm kind of woke. Let's see, because Friday at D&D didn't do well for me.
It did not.
Yeah, okay. So I may not know this person. I got a 5, a 3, a 6 on my wild die, a 9, and a 1.
Okay. You're not sure. Maybe 70%, but it kind of looks like this could have been Tulip.
Ah.
And there's a third picture of Mickey with another Negro woman. She appears to be unsure of where she is, and kind of has a very confused look on her face. Um, each of the pictures on the back has names and dates. The Melvin picture uh, has 1951.
Good year
Um,
for us. No.
but it also has, excuse me, your name misspelled. It says Melvilne.
Viln?
Yeah, Viln.
Okay.
Then there's the one with the tulip looking girl, says 1941, and it says Tralula Lincoln.
Okay.
And then the third one says 1871, and it says, and the name says Frankels, like Francis with an L after the C.
Okay.
And there's a small box inside the shoebox. It's about 6 inches cubed. It has a heavy padlock with numbers ranging from 0 to 59.
And how many? It's so 0 to 59,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only the padlock. So it's only 2 numbers.
Could be 3. Could be 4.
Some. But what I'm saying is, how many dials are there on there?
Oh, it's just a one spinner.
Oh, it's a spinner.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a regular padlock. There's
Mm-hmm.
no like symbols on it or anything.
There's no symbols on it.
Oh God. Okay. I'm like, can I try to pick it or try to like listen on it? and
You
see if I
could
can.
you could try. It's gonna be incredibly hard. There's
Yeah.
no release mechanism like normally how padlocks will have a keyhole in the back.
Okay.
There's none of that in this one.
Okay, so it's a padlock. You said 0 to 59,
Mhm.
and it's a spinner.
Yep, single spinner. If you want some time to try and figure out what's going on,
Yeah.
I will switch over to Connie. Um, Connie, you don't know where you are, how long it's been, but you awaken and there's just a sense of hunger like you've never seen before. Like even when you were first embraced, this hunger wasn't as profound as it is right now. You're currently at hunger level 3, which I think has been the highest you've ever seen. And you know you're in a room somewhere, but there are no lights. It's pitch black. You don't know how much time has passed.
I should be able to. I should be able to see, right?
Uh,
I
oh,
have eyes. I have eyes of the beast.
oh, touche. So yeah, you click it on, and you look around for a moment, trying to get used to the absence of light. You're in a small room. You can see that there's manacles attached to your wrists and ankles. There are crosses and religious symbolism all over the walls, motifs that have been scratched in or painted on.
Okay. Are there like am I behind any bars or anything? It's just a room?
It's a room.
Like
It looks like there's a door, but there's no light coming from the other side. It looks almost impossible. Like it is a door that just takes up the entirety of its frame.
wow. If I were to try to shapeshift, it would require a rouse check, right?
It would require a rouse check.
And a rouse check could affect my hunger,
It
right?
could increase your hunger.
I don't really have a choice. So you say that when I look around, I see like religious symbology, mostly Christian.
Yep,
Is that fair?
yep. Mostly
Well,
crosses.
does any of it ring a bell to me since I have so my specialty is theology.
Oh, ho ho ho. Uh, yeah, you could try to make an intelligence and academics roll,
See.
and then add one more dice. So it would normally be 4. You're rolling 5 dice, 3 of which are hunger dice.
300 dice.
Yeah.
1 second, because I'm usually not this hungry, so I need to find other colored dice to help me. 1 second.
Yeah.
I gotta dig through all of my dice.
Let me get my book
That's
ready
so
in case you roll some ones.
let me pull it out all my dice. So I need 3 hunger dice.
Yep.
Got it. Hold on. Is that what? Yes. Oh no. And praise. I don't know why you gotta make me so hungry, Chewy. Goodness gracious. Why they torturing me out here? What'd I do? Nothing. I did nothing.
I mean, technically, you're a monster.
Whatever. Okay.
Just doing what the Lord intended, bro.
I don't know. It's BS. Okay. All right. So intelligence. So I'm rolling 5 300 dice.
Yep.
Great. Okay. I have an 8 and a 7 and a 6, and then I scored a 3 and a 4 on 2 of my hunger dice.
Okay. So no botches is what I'm hearing, unfortunately. Because I was definitely hoping to do your clan compulsion. But the night is young, and I'll leave this page open for myself.
I'm pretty hungry. You never know what'll happen.
Excuse me. So there is a lot of references to biblical verses about wolves among the sheep, about the judgment of the sin, and about Cain and Abel specifically.
Enable. Okay. A wolf in sheep clothing. And nothing else looks familiar to me, like the handwriting, none of it.
No, it actually doesn't look like American handwriting, or like right-handed American writing.
Okay.
Like there's a couple smudges that you would imagine is from a left-hander, southpaw.
Shit. Okay. Well, I don't have much of a choice. I'm gonna have to shapeshift.
Okay.
So since I have bracers or whatever on my arms, on my wrists, and I'm assuming on my legs too,
Yep, ankles.
on my ankles, then I'm gonna try to shift into.
You've got 2 forms under your belt.
Yeah, I know how I could shift into a wolf or I could shift into a bird. I guess the wolf probably makes the most sense. Well, I could do both. I could be a falcon. It could be a little distracting in there.
Up to you. Either form will be useful.
Yeah.
Thomas
both
did
of them.
mention some other forms. So I don't know if you want to try something brave.
Something brave? Mm. What about something domestic?
Yeah.
Like a cat? Can I change it to a cat?
Yeah, you can change it to a cat. You could try it.
If I fail, I'll be like a half cat vampire.
If you fail the rouse check, you'd just be hungrier.
Just be hungry, surrounded by crosses.
And surrounded by
Okay.
crosses.
All right. So I'm gonna
You
start.
I'm
have,
screaming something in my head at you.
You're screaming something in your head?
do you have any?
Scream
To be-
louder.
Use your magic rocks.
I don't know if you could. I mean, I mean, do I have my collar on when I'm in the club? Do I have
You're
my furry collar?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do you want to take her with you, or
I turn into one of those.
do you want to take her with you, or do you want to leave her in the car with Mustang?
No, I'll leave her in the car with Mustang. That was
Okay.
just for Ashley.
Okay.
That question was for Ashley.
Okay.
Did I turn into a Betty D?
I will mute myself again.
You could try to turn into a ferret. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I probably only met one.
Will
So
said brave, and I was
Yeah.
like, Betty D's been pretty damn brave. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
true. It's true.
I meant more like a bear.
Yeah, but a bear
Wow.
I could very well I could,
Or a lion. Or a honey badger.
Yeah.
Honey badgers
Ooh.
don't give a shit.
Honey badgers don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll mute myself again. Sorry. Continue.
God, there's too many animals on Earth.
There's a
What
lot
am
of
I
animals.
supposed to do?
You could try.
Just don't be a platypus. I'll mute myself again.
No, or a fish, I imagine, would probably be bad options.
Yeah.
I can picture her turning into Magikarp right now.
Can you imagine?
Just like hanging on the side, just flopping.
Yep. Yep.
Somehow I feel like that would happen if I rolled wrong. Okay. Jokes aside,
Right.
I'm just curious. If there's any? I don't know. There's is it okay? Okay, hold on. Just a second. I could be a lion or like a tiger. I want to be something. Well, actually, a cat would make sense. Like some sort of wild cat would make sense
Sure.
because they have such excellent sight. But I want to be an animal that can see in color.
There's not a lot of those.
There's not many. All right, nah, it's cool. I think that I would probably try to stick with something small. Like in reality, I think Connie,
Yeah.
being as hungry as she is, would probably try to stick with something that she knows well enough
Sure.
to feel confident in changing into. If this were, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right.
instead of. All right, I'm gonna turn into. I'm gonna stick with a cat, like a domestic cat.
Okay. Roll your one dice. Your
Okay.
one die. Tell me what you get.
3.
Excellent. That's not what you wanted.
Oh.
Excuse me. Your hunger goes up by 1, so you're now hunger 4, and immediately the beast within you just starts to dredge up all of the images of that night that you were embraced. Just the commentary about why you're picking such kind of filling sweets, how you should try to kind of pay more attention to your figure, the hand kind of pushing the door open to your stall, the idea of what was going to happen, and as you try to banish it out of your mind, you notice that your line of sight has shrunk. You are not at the same height that you were before. You can hear the heavy thunks of the manacles hit the floor, and a thin rectangle of bright light shoots into the room as one of the guards opens a viewport, and you hear him yell out, "She turned into a cat!" And then the thing closes.
Okay. So it closed, and so I'm out of my things.
You are out of your chains.
Ah,
And
wonderful. But they saw me.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. There is the sound of just metal grinding against metal, and you hear the heavy door start to open. And the first thing you notice is just this bright flash of fire as one of the guards comes in holding a flamethrower, and just
Rude.
points it in your direction. And you see a gentleman, an older gentleman, standing behind him in the doorway. Has white hair, white beard. Both of them are short and well kept. Very icy blue, piercing eyes, and he's dressed in priest garments. He just kind of looks down at you on the chair. You have interesting tricks, just like the other man that we have as well. Could you turn back so that we may have a conversation?
I'm sorry, I'm really distracted by Jem's
I want to kill
declaration.
him. I want to kill him so bad.
Oh, fuck. What, he wants me to turn back?
Yep.
Can I just turn into something worse? Fuck him. I don't change under command. All right. Well, but I have to rouse again in order to do that. Right?
No, you can turn back for
I can turn
free.
back into myself.
Yeah, for free. But if you wanted to turn into a different animal, it would be another rouse check.
Okay. Should I risk it? Fuck it. I mean, I'm already super hungry. I'm gonna fuck this guy up either way.
Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you'd be set on fire.
True. Now, what's something that wouldn't care too badly they were set on fire? It's a fish. It's water.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense. I can't make a bowl of water either.
No.
So I'll just no, it's all right. I'll transition into myself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he smiles as as your line of sight kind of grows back to where you were used to. And behind him, you can see that the lights are incredibly bright in whatever facility you're in. Like they have the door cracked open just enough for them to walk in, and it has already filled the room with amazing amount of light. And he looks at you. What is your name?
Fuck you.
Oh, such an American ideology. I would like to be civil, miss, but if you make it difficult, I have ways of making you talk.
Hard to be civil when you're pointing a flamethrower at me.
Oh, it is required. You are a monster after all.
Okay, well. What do you want?
We begin with your name.
I told you. Fuck you.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
He steps aside, and two more guards come in, and then he gets back in the doorway, and you see that they come over and they hold you down. They try to hold you down onto the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to resist, or would you like to let this happen?
Oh, man, resist.
All right, strength and athletics for you.
What's the plus my hunger?
So,
That's
your strength and athletics is a 4. You're at hunger 4, so all of this is hunger dice.
I need another dice. All right. I'm gonna fight with what I got.
Yeah,
It doesn't help them if I get hungrier,
it does not.
so it's fine. All right. Ooh, baby. I got 2 10s,
Oh,
a 9 and a 7.
okay.
What level
So,
potence do you have?
Huh?
What level potence do you have?
Potent.
2.
Does she have which power? Do you have the power? Do you have a prowess?
No. She has lethal
Oh,
body
okay.
and soaring leap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because
Audience.
whenever you score 2 10s on any roll, it's called a critical success. When one of those 10s is in your hunger dice, it's called a bestial critical, which means that you don't win, the beast wins. And when all you have to roll is hunger dice, and you roll 2 10s, you have nothing but a bestial critical.
Hey.
So, where the 2 guards come in and they try to, excuse me, hold you down for whatever you think is about to happen, the beast within you has had enough of this. Not only has your creation been wrought at the hands of men who've wanted to do something to you, you will not be destroyed by men who want to do something to you forcibly. And as one of them grabs your arm, you just reach up and grab him by the shoulder, and you grab the other guy by the shoulder, and as you pull yourself up onto your feet, you hear their shoulders pop as you pull their arms out of their sockets, and you hear them screaming. And as they fall next to you, to either side of you, the one with the flamethrower just lets out a cone of flame in your direction.
Okay.
Luckily, you have fortitude, because you are a monster. So you can convert with a rouse check. You can convert your fortitude level worth of aggravated damage to make it superficial.
Mhm. Then hell yeah.
Okay.
But can I do that after? But like if he's shooting fire at me, I can't attack him.
Yeah, you'd have to take the fire damage first, and then we would go into your turn for actions.
All right. So I guess I had to sustain the injury and then
Yeah.
defy Bane, if you will.
Okay, so make a rouse check. And we'll say that because of your bestial critical, that your claws are already out. So
Oh yeah.
your beast definitely would have pulled out its weapons.
It didn't do well. I got a 3.
Welcome to Hunger 5, baby. All you care about is feeding. But you've turned the 3 levels of aggravated damage that are coming your way into superficial damage.
Okay.
And as this guy kind of, you see from behind his goggles, his eyes widen. You see the priest has already taken a step back into the hallway from whence he came. And you can hear other guards kind of starting to close the door on the 2 of you. We'll switch back over to Melvin and see how much progress he's made with his puzzle.
Okay. So the last one's what is tricking me up a little bit because you said it only goes up to 59.
Only goes up to 59.
So Melvin has an extra L in it. So left, and it was 1951. So I'm going to say left 51.
Okay.
Tulip's name instead of Tallulah is Tralula. So right 41 because of 1941.
Correct.
And then the black woman, it's an L in Frankel's instead of Francis.
Yeah.
But 18 is the only number that's different from the two 19s, and 71, it doesn't go up to 71. So I'm going to say left 18.
The lock opens.
Yeah. That's two puzzles, Will. Two puzzles.
Yeah, what a detective. Yeah. What a detective. Inside this box is another smaller box. It is a 2-inch cubed Rubik's Cube, but instead of colors, it has numbers. 1 through 9 jumbled on all the faces. But you notice that only the 6s, the 7s, and the 8s can move. And they don't move, they don't slide from side to side or up or down. They can just be depressed.
Oh my God. Okay. So it's numbered 1 through 9?
Yep. On
and
6 faces.
Oh my God, bro, Will. And then only the 6, 7, and 8s can move.
Yep.
So it's 1 through 9 on all 6 faces?
Yep.
Oof. Okay. God, Will. You're killing me with these puzzles.
Yeah. You're a detective, bro. Detective.
Can I do a roll to see if I get some kind of idea of what I should be doing?
Sure. You could try a intelligence and investigation.
Okay. Intelligence and investigation. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay. 3, 4, 5, a 1, a 10 on my hunger die, and then a 9. So out of my 6 dice, 2 successes.
Yeah. Do you want to take a willpower damage?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Because I have no idea how this is going to not make for good. Make me sitting here trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 4 non-hunger dice, right?
You re-roll up to 3 non-hunger dice.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Slightly better, but not much better. I got a 10, and then I got a 3 and a 2.
Okay. You start to look around, trying to figure out if Mickey might have left you any other clues. And as you start to move the pictures around, you start to move the box around, seeing that there's something inside of it. You see that in the right light, there's a watermark of a color, of a number. They're in different languages though. Like one of them is in Roman numerals. You can see that there's a VII under Melvin.
Okay.
There is a line that almost looks like a stick figure running. There's the arms outstretched. There's no body, but there's a little nub of a head, and then the 2 legs in a running position towards your right. And then there's a very, very subtle, almost imperceptible highlight on the 8 of 1871.
Okay. Shit, there's 6 sides to this. Okay. But there's only, okay, so and just so you said that the person running, so that has to be a 6 because the other ones are 7 and 8. So is there, like, when I look at the cube, is there an obvious front to it?
No,
Okay.
no. But you notice that whenever you depress a number, it will stay depressed unless a different number
Is pressed
is
that should
pressed.
have right.
That
Okay.
should not
Like
have been pressed.
right. Okay. So I'm gonna hold it.
Mhm.
Just hold it however position I have it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push in 7
Okay.
on the face that I'm looking at. I'm gonna turn it turn it to the left so that I'm sorry, right. I'm turning it right.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to push in the 6.
The 7 pops out.
Okay, shit. I am very okay. So I'm gonna put it back,
Mhm.
push the 7.
Okay.
I'll turn it left so that I'll push in the 6.
7 pops out.
Shit. Okay. Are all the sides that look the same,
No,
or are there
they're
differences
different.
in?
They're different jumbled versions of it.
Okay, but like, since like, for example, I have like the different pictures.
Yeah.
So but I only have 3 pictures.
Yeah.
So like it. I guess what I was saying is, does it look like there's like a rhyme or reason to the sides and how
Not at
they're
all.
okay?
Like the 7s never line up, the 6s never line up, and the 8s never line up. It's like every side is a new Sudoku puzzle.
Okay. And you said that the one with Tulip, it was a stick figure
Yeah.
with the 2 legs, the 2 arms running, but no head,
No body. So the
no
arms
body.
outstretched, no body, but 2 legs, and then like a little nub for a head.
So it's like a star.
Kind of. Yeah.
That's a 5. That's a 5. So it's not a 6. Dude, can I do another willpower to see on that roll, or do I do a new roll? Because I'm kind of lost on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do a new roll.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have to use a willpower because it's the same amount of successes. I got a 2, 2, a 3, but then I got a 7, 10, and a 9.
It says 3 successes.
Yeah, which is what I got before. So I'm gonna use another willpower to roll the last 3 dice. Okay, I got one more success. I got an 8 and then 2 5s.
Okay. You notice that although Frances has the earliest date, she's the last one. She was the last picture you saw. It was you. It was you and Mickey.
Right.
It was then Tulip and Mickey, and then it was Frances and Mickey. And it's very clearly that your picture had the 7, the Roman numeral for 7.
Right.
Frances has the 8, so Tulip has to have the 6.
And you said she's running towards the right.
Yeah, yeah. The little numeral, whatever language it's in, just looks like it's running to the right.
Jeez. And the thing is, there's 6 sides, so there's so many possibilities on this.
Yep. But you have also noticed that pressing a number, like depressing a number, doesn't pop it up until you press another number that it doesn't accept.
So I'm wondering if I have to press all the numbers in that certain order. So, okay, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to press a 7 on one, move to the next side, press another 7.
They both stay down.
I'll turn it and I'll keep turning the cube, pressing in the 7s.
All right. Once all 6 7s are pressed, you hear a clicking noise. And they all stay depressed.
Okay. Then I'm going to do the same with the 6s.
Another clicking noise once you're done.
And then the 8s.
And then once that happens, the cube opens.
Jesus Christ. It took 2 willpower points to figure that out.
And you notice that there's a key for a locker for the Salem City train station.
Oh, wasn't there a locker and something else? It's the Salem City what station?
Salem City train station.
Train station. Okay. Does it have a locker number on it?
Yep. 126.
All right. Like, do you mind if I keep these?
No, they're yours.
All right. I'd put the pictures away. I put the key away. I'm like, I need to ask. And I won't bother you too much longer. I know you're a busy man, but I know Mickey didn't make it that much farther after being here. Do you know anything about what happened to him?
Excuse me. He goes around and sits down behind his desk. I have some thoughts, but are you sure you want to hear them, given where you live currently?
I'll be honest, completely honest with you, because that's the type of person I am. This has become a goal for me. He wasn't just my sire. He was more than that to me.
I understand. The thing that I can tell you with 100% certainty, then, Mr. Wright, is that you should look to your primogen.
And you said from where I'm at, so somebody over there?
You're an intelligent fellow. You're a detective. He had faith in you. And if anyone can set his death right, I believe it to be you.
It is my last name. And I smirk.
Yeah.
I appreciate this. I will be back. There's some loose ends in this city that I definitely need to take care of.
Mr. Wright, no one comes to Astoria to live. There's nothing but loose threads here.
You seem to be doing all right for yourself.
I keep my nose down. I know when to pop it up and take a look around, see where the tide is currently.
Will, would I be able? Can I get any kind of inkling on his clan?
Ooh. Excuse me. You could try to make a wits and awareness roll.
All right, let's see.
See if you spot anything in the room to betray his clan.
Oh wow, Today is not my day either. I got 2 6s, 2 4s, and 2 1s.
Oof. There's no glaring symbolism as far as
Okay.
like the clans are concerned. You can see that excuse me, there is a hardcover, and let me make sure that it was produced the year that I'm hoping it is. Before I start to say something anachronistic. Yeah, it was out already. You see that there's a hardcover book of what looks to be a gunslinger with this castle in the background. There's a bunch of roses in the foreground, but it's Stephen King's The Dark Tower.
So
That's the
probably
only
then
thing.
true.
That's the only thing that doesn't fit the rest of the decor of the room.
Okay. So the roses are the venture, right?
No,
No.
no,
Tremere.
no,
No?
no. You're in the right alphabetical neighborhood, though.
Oh, Samiti.
No.
You said the right alphabetical thing.
Yep.
Oh, Ravnos.
Nope. Nowhere near that.
Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna say every clan.
No, it's Toreador.
Oh,
Toreador
Toreador,
Rose.
the other T. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You hit every T except Toreador.
Except Toreador. Jesus. Okay. Like I do appreciate all this, Mr. Beverly. If you need anything ever, you know where to reach me.
I will keep that in mind.
And I stand up and I put my hat on and I extend my hand out.
Yeah, he stands up and he shakes it.
I'm like, any friend of Mickey's is a friend of mine.
Yeah. And if you ever have need and you find yourself in Astoria, be aware that the Chicky Beaver is always here for you.
I appreciate that. And I turn around and I walk out. I go to the bartender and I kind of like tap on the bar and I go, "Thank you."
She nods.
And I tilt my fedora and I go outside.
Yep. The bouncer kind of looks at you as you walk out. Have a good night, sir.
You too. Be safe.
Yep. That's all we can do.
Totally, bro. Anyway, I go
Not
and I go
everybody
to
is a vampire.
everybody's a vampire in every game I play. Check out D&D on Friday night.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone's a vampire.
So I go. I get into the car with Mustang and the talking head, and I say, "What time is it right now?"
At this point, it's maybe 11.
Okay, so I'm like, "If we can make it back to Salem, let's get out of here."
Mustang nods and she kind of looks at you. I'll be glad to leave this place.
That's a great impression.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Yeah, I do want to come back though, but now things make more sense of things we found.
Do they?
Like that tomb. Yeah, that tomb. Now I know who it is.
Now you know who it is.
Yeah. So and yeah, I'll just tell her let's go. And I'll fill her in while we're driving.
All right. So as you take off for Salem, that'll be a nice 2.5 hour drive. So we'll switch back over to Connie, who is on the floor writhing in pain. But you
I'd
know,
like to acknowledge first that I changed my shirt. This Let's Summon Demons shirt.
That's what we're doing. We're summoning demons.
Fuck whatever's going on in here. I am bringing hell. They
Okay.
brought the hellfire.
Yeah. So they have locked you in with the flamethrower guy, and every corner is now alight with a floodlight, bathing the room in just this bright, obnoxious white light. So while you're in the room, you're gonna suffer a -1 die to your rolls.
Okay.
But what would you like to do, as this gentleman is about to fire another spray of napalm at you?
Can I grab one of the people that are suffering on the floor and just throw it at him? Throw them at him?
You sure can. Be aware that as you grab him, your only thought is to feed, though.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I know that will distract me and keep me burning, though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's okay. I need to do something. What else am I going to do? I'm eventually, hopefully, going to feed on Flame Man.
All right. You're normally at 4 dice.
That'll be a 3.
Because your strength in athletics is 4. You're going to be at 3 from the room, and then down to 2 because of your hunger.
So I'm only rolling with 2?
Yeah, you're willingly releasing food from your grasp.
Possible. Okay. All right, I got 2 6s.
Oh. Wow. Apparently, your good rolls are affecting Melvin's bad rolls. So at least one of you is actually doing something.
Hey, I solved those puzzles, bro.
You solved those puzzles, bro.
You did, bro.
By the way, Ash, look up cheetahs. They can survive wildfires. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay.
They can?
I'm Googling.
Were you Googling animals that can survive fire?
Yeah. I was just going to send you pictures. Here,
You're so
you can go with it. Funny enough, the platypus was listed as one of the animals that survived the acid,
Really?
so that they potentially. So I got paint on my face when I said platypus is a joke.
Hey, man. Yeah, but it would be really dumb. I turned into a platypus and I'm flapping around.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, we could change the whole tone of this game.
You hear a very heavy crack as you just spear this one unconscious body into the one kind of aggressive body, and you see them both kind of stumble back, and the guy kind of collapses onto his buttocks, and you see the rod, the rifle that would just expel this hot plasma at you kind of slides out of his hand. He is vulnerable.
Cool. I'm gonna kick the flame rod behind me, like in the whatever direction there isn't a person.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get at that neck.
Are you trying not to kill?
No, I don't think I have the willpower to be able to resist killing this man. I know it's gonna ruin my humanity, but I mean, realistically though, you tell me. I have
what's a stain? Like level 5. Yeah, what's a stain amongst friends?
I mean, but seriously, if I'm at like 5 hunger, would my willpower even like break through?
It would be a tough roll.
I mean, I guess I could try for the sake of my little bit of humanity, but I'm not gonna bet on it.
You have a willpower 7, first of all. You sick son of a bitch.
Oh, well. I guess I could try. Try not to kill the man. But I am hungry, so.
Yeah. Roll your...
All right, fine. I'm going to try not to kill him. I'm going to try not to kill him.
Yeah, roll your willpower.
So that's 7?
7 dice.
Is it less?
No, it's 7 dice.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, we'll say 6 dice, -1 for the lights.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, I got 2 6s, a 7, 2 5s, and a 4.
Okay. 3 successes is not enough to spare this man's life.
Bye bye, flame guy.
So you will take a stain, and draining him will bring down your hunger back down. You are so ravenous right now that you literally bounce from body to body, just draining 3 of them dry.
Ooh, that's
Uh, and you just hear the sliding noise, and the old man kind of is looking into the room. You are a monster. And this is where you will stay. And you see him just slide the thing closed again.
okay. That's what I say back. All right. But now I have a flamethrower
Yep.
and 3 bodies.
Now you have a flamethrower.
What to do?
It's just like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
What does he say? Yippee-ki-yay.
Ho ho ho! Now I have a machine gun.
Yep.
But it doesn't make any difference if I'm stuck in a room with it. What am I gonna do with it? Well, the lights are still on, right?
Yep.
All right. Could I use the butt of the flamethrower to like reach the lights and pop them off? Like pop the bulbs?
Sure.
Okay.
Throw the room back into darkness.
I'd rather be in darkness. Well, plus I'm hoping that I'm gonna keep my flamethrower in hand. See if anybody else wants to come and visit me.
There is a moment, you don't know how long it's been. It could be an hour, it could be 2, but you do hear the door start to open, and just a heavy groan of the metal against metal, and you see this charred, almost bony hand come in and start to push it open, and you can see that Joshua is opening the door. And it looks like he's dealt with his own flamethrower guy.
Shit. All right. Are you?
He looks in at you. You ready to get the fuck out of here?
Fuck yeah! Can you walk?
Barely. Come on.
Okay.
And
All right.
you follow him out, and you can see that there's just bodies. And there's other doors that have been opened, and you can hear the sound of just people screaming, people in mid-feeding, and you walk by one hallway, and you see a face that you haven't seen in a while. It's Samantha Crushing. She's the woman.
From the bar?
Yeah, she's the woman that used to own the last call.
What? Is she in peril?
No, she is on top of somebody feeding.
Oh, okay, cool. Good. Good for her.
It looks like this was a jail cell or a dungeon made specifically to hold vampires. And Joshua has just fucked up their plans.
Oh man, Joshua.
And as you come up a set of stairs. You can hear traffic, the sound of traffic, and as he bangs on the two heavy doors, you can see that it's a cellar, uh, kind of double doors that lead down, but you're behind a church.
Okay.
And he just kind of points at one of the cars in the parking lot. And whatever we got to do, we got to do. So if you know anything about, I don't know, hot wiring, now's the time.
I might.
I trust you more than me, so I'm in no state to do anything. And as he says that, he just collapses.
Fuck. All right. So, shit, I'm gonna have to drop the flamethrower.
Oh no, you're not gonna get to keep the flamethrower?
How am I gonna keep it and carry him?
Excellent.
Do I become an octopus and carry them all? I won't do that. Yeah, no. Or I can try shoving it under his arm and lift him at the same time, so I can drag him to the car.
I mean,
It falls apart.
you would be leaving the flamethrower behind. He doesn't have the strength to carry anything.
Fine. Okay. All right. So when I make it to the car, I assume it's locked.
No.
Oh, it's open.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't be shocked if Connie had like a vague, excuse me, a vague understanding of how to hotwire a car.
Sure. I mean, we'll leave it up to the dice to decide.
I'm just saying, so the dice can hear it.
Yeah. It's going to be a dexterity and larceny.
Okay.
You don't have any points on larceny.
I do not.
So it's just going to be dexterity. But you have no hunger anymore because you killed people.
Yay me. A couple stains if it means I'm ready to hotwire a car.
Right?
I say. So just the two?
And just the 2 dice.
Okay. Here's hoping. I got an 8 and a 3.
Okay. It is not easy. You know that you've seen this in the movies before. You remember seeing Melvin do it once, maybe, and you rip the wires. You kind of strip them. You just start to tap them against each other until something happens. And luckily, you do hit 2 that make the car turn over. And as you drive away with Joshua, you see that you are leaving the St. Vincent de Paul Catholic Church.
Okay.
Where are you going to go, though?
I mean, I doubt I know where I am.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drive until what time is it?
There's no. Actually, no. There would be a clock on the dashboard. It says 3 o'clock. 3:20.
Like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna I'm gonna drive until I hit a gas station, and yeah, what I'm gonna do.
All right. You come out onto Portland Road. Do you want to make a left or a right? You don't see a gas station in either direction just yet.
Left?
Okay. After a few blocks, you see what looks to be a bar called the Silver Spur, and there's a gas station just across the street from it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna park the car in front of the store
Mhm.
of the gas station. I'm gonna look over to Joshua and be like, just oh, I shouldn't leave him alone.
He's unconscious.
Oh, great.
Did you put him in the passenger seat or in the back?
Both are suspicious. Never mind. I'm changing my mind. I have to keep driving because God forbid if somebody's gonna look in there and see an unconscious body
Mm-hmm. That's not breathing.
that's not breathing. And I really don't know where I'm at.
You might have heard of the Silver Spur at some point. You don't remember where it is in the city, though.
Okay, fine. Then I'll pull into the Silver Spur. I'm gonna try to find like remote parking away from people.
Yep. Not too hard to find it.
Okay.
Are you gonna walk into the Silver Spur like you are? Because you are. You do have just a
Blood everywhere.
couple stains. Pun intended.
Are they having a wet t-shirt contest?
Not every bar has a wet t-shirt contest.
Can I pop the trunk and see if there's anything in there that could anything that could be useful?
Sure.
Okay.
There is a set of priest's vestments. You see that there's a large rectangular case. When you open it, you find that there's a crossbow inside.
Cool.
Instead of bolts, you also have 4 stakes.
Okay.
And you notice that there's a couple of Bibles, some rope, some chains, and what looks to be one of those floodlights that you use on construction sites, but it has a handle on it.
Okay.
There's a sticker on it that says "Point away from face."
No kidding. Away from face.
Remember, if there's a warning, somebody did it.
This is true. People are dumb. Did you hear about that guy? Unrelated. Did you hear about that guy in India who stared at the sun for an hour without blinking?
No,
That happened this week.
so he's blind.
Probably. I don't know the rest of the story. I just know that happened.
Thank you. Now I know it.
Sorry. Yes. Now you do. Okay. So I'm going to the priest vestment, I imagine, is like the black
Yep,
thing
with the white collar.
with the white collar. Well, I could take the collar off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to try to make an outfit out of this. I'll put on the black thing. I'm gonna grab one of the chains.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tie it around my waist so it looks like I'm making like something, like an outfit.
Yeah, from Mad Max Road Warrior.
Whatever, man. I'd rather be that than a female priest covered in blood. So
Jeff, even Rod's in your favor.
Odds.
I rolled a 9.
First lucky roll of the evening.
as you're driving with Mustang back into town, coming in from the north end of Salem, you pass the Silver Spur, and you just catch a glimpse of what looks like Connie changing her outfit.
Wait. Mustang. Turn around. Turn. Is that Connie?
What did you see?
Connie's taking her clothes off in a parking lot. I don't know if that wet t-shirt contest got to her head. Turn around.
Right, all right, I'm turning around. And at the next stoplight, she busts a U-turn. And as Connie is putting on this nouveau riche chain belt to finish her appearance, you pull up next to them.
I rolled the window down. You know they have bathrooms for that.
I am so overwhelmed.
Does she look like crap?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when she turns around, she looks like crap.
Yep.
Okay. I open the door and I walk over to her. I'm like, obviously you're not okay.
I don't even know where to begin, but before I tell you, before we could talk about where we both have been, do you know where we are?
Do I know where we are?
North end of town, yeah.
The north. Yeah, we're on the north side of town.
Okay.
You're in Highland.
We're in Highland.
Good to know.
How do you not know where you are right now?
Long story short, I was locked in a dungeon with where a bunch of other vampires were also being held captive.
I
And
start looking around when she says that.
that's why we can't have this conversation here. Are you on your way somewhere? Are you heading somewhere safe? Because I also have and I point into the car toward Josh.
I kind of just do this.
You see a half-burnt Joshua.
Do I recognize him? Because I had never seen him before.
Oh, that's right.
I never met him. I don't think
you never
met him. Yeah. You only know him by reputation.
Yeah, you just see this
pictures from the house.
half-burnt man.
True.
Do I recognize him from the picture or no?
Give me an intelligence and awareness roll.
Okay. That's one less. This is gonna go bad. Oh, okay, not so bad. 7, 7, 10, 4, 3.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, you recognize him from the time in Joshua's house.
And I look around again. I'm like, okay. I didn't realize you were this mad at him. And I open the door and I'm like, and I kind of I go, is he? And I start waving my hand in front of his face. I'm like,
I think he's okay, but he's not right now.
Okay. I grab him and I pick him up and I go open the back seat of the car and I toss him into the other car.
Into Mustang's car?
In Mustang's car.
Okay.
Well, it's not Mustang's car because she still she hadn't found the Mustang yet, right?
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, so this is the crappy Oldsmobile that we have. So I throw him into the back.
Okay.
I move the head. I'm like, Abigail, you can go over here. And
Oh, Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
He's just hanging out with the head?
Yeah, the head came with us on our road
Yeah,
trip.
and immediately
Um,
she just looks at him and is like, "Why don't we just leave him here? Let the sun deal with him."
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they got a thing.
This is gonna get real awkward.
This is like Maury Povich right here. So, and I go, "Where's this car from?" Get in while you tell me this.
Okay, well, I need to get I want to get the things out of the trunk.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
And I pop the trunk and I go to the front wheel and I start looking through like the glove compartment and stuff while she's doing that to see if there's any like things that I can just grab like of information.
Oh yeah, there's the owner's manual. There's a um, envelope for the Salem, for the Oregon state insurance company, and there's a registration to a what says Father Mikkel Yarovich.
You're a bitch.
I don't think we ever got his name when the whole thing was going on with Albert.
No.
Okay. And I pocket that, all
Okay.
that stuff.
Mhm.
And then I will close all the doors
Okay.
and I will go to the trunk and I'll lift it. I'll try whatever Connie's got there. I'll try to
Yeah,
help her.
she left an open rectangular case that has a crossbow in it with 4 stakes instead of bolts.
I pick that up. Then if she left it, and I'll
Yeah.
throw it in the trunk.
And there's a coil of rope that looks to be about 100 feet long.
I will take that. You always need rope. Charlie Bronson's always got rope.
True story. That's the
So
only reason it's in the trunk.
That's right. And I'll put that away, and then I'll hop in. I'm like, get in. We gotta go.
And you see Mustang just kind of look at you. Where are we going?
I guess the apartment.
Is that the
The thing.
safest?
I'm so happy to see you guys.
We missed you too, Connie. There's a lot that's been going on our end, and I go, Mustang, just start driving.
All right. And she drives.
And I'm just trying to figure out like, should we get back to the go back to the apartment?
I think so. I mean, unless I don't know where I don't where were you guys headed to?
Funny story. We just came back from Astoria. Turns out Mickey had a whole lot more going on there than I thought. I found out that he was there right before he died. Instead of going towards Chicago, he was going west. We got over there and I found, well, Mustang helped. We found he had basically built like a memorial to my parents, to my family, to his original, what I figured out after I left the strip club. That's a whole nother story. His, I think, first love. Um, he left breadcrumbs for me in Astoria. And then I pop out the key and I go, and I found this.
That's where
But I
we
don't
were
want to.
going.
But I think there's a little too many people in the car right now for us to go to the train station. I think we need to. Now we have to figure out because Abigail and Joshua. No offense to Abigail, I don't think the two of you should be together.
We could just leave him right here then. Just open the door and pop him out.
Abigail, no.
But Connie, listen. That's neither here nor there. What the fuck happened to you? You said something about a vampire prison.
So when I left a couple of weeks ago, however long it's been, I don't even know how long it's been. I was sort of led with these weird images in my head. And that kind of led me to kind of leave the house without any idea of where I was going. And I ran into, do you remember when we were at Joshua's house the last time we saw this old guy in there rummaging through his stuff?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Thomas Kincaid, and that's Joshua's sire. And I ran into him.
You kind of see me my face kind of shifts a little bit.
Is that familiar to you?
If I remember correctly, again, Will, because I don't have the notes, but wasn't that the person whose name was involved with Mickey? Or no?
I don't think it was Thomas Kincaid.
Okay.
I know that you did meet his ghoul,
I did meet
Hannah Deering.
That's what it was. And that she sent a message to Connie.
Yep.
Okay. I was like, I met his lovely lapdog. He was looking for you.
Of course. Well, anyway, so I ran into him and he basically told me that he'd been looking for Joshua because this guy Wesley is in the city.
Hyde?
Yeah,
That racist piece of shit.
that's the one.
I look at Mustang and I just I'm like, Mustang and I rescued.
Hyde is the prince.
Oh wait, not Hyde. Well, it wasn't. I thought it was Hyde.
No.
Oh no, there's a Prince item. I apologize. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Thomas Reginald Hyde is the prince.
Which is the racist artist owner then?
Oh, let me narrow it down from his
Wesley Ian Shipped?
Ian Garter.
Ian Garter.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Wesley Ian Ship is the Flash.
Oh, that's you're right. So Wesley Ian. Okay, but you're close. You said Wesley Ian Garter instead of Wesley Ian Ship. So, so I go Wesley because you said Wesley.
Yes, I did.
So I say Garter. So I'm like Garter.
Yeah. Sorry.
The
There was a lot of information I had to take in a very short amount of time, but I know that Wesley was a bad guy and I learned a little bit more about you, Abigail. It's okay. We're not going to get into it now, but nevertheless, me and Thomas worked to try to find Joshua, and it led us to go back to the shapeshifters in the woods. I learned how to shapeshift. It was quite a time, but they didn't want to help us. They didn't want to talk to us.
Wasn't Joshua with them?
Supposedly he was, but he wasn't with them anymore, and they didn't know where he went, and they didn't want to help us find him.
You hear snarky Abigail. Of course he would leave others in the lurch. That's been his whole story of his life.
Anyway, well, that led to us going to Gunther's. No, it led us to going to the Blooming Rose Gallery. And I found Wesley there. And I met him. And it was while we were there that I ran into Joshua, who appeared to be there to try to kill him.
It's a shame he didn't succeed.
Uh-uh.
That Garter's a piece of shit. We found, how many was it, Mustang? 6?
Yeah, about 8.
8
What?
black children that were captured and locked up underneath it was the restaurant, right?
Yep.
It was
Underneath
the remnants of the restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah,
Across
the
from the
restaurant.
gallery.
Yeah, across from the gallery, the restaurant that was blown up, which I'm fairly certain he had something to do with that, or there was something really weird about that fire. But I found a trap door, and there was 8 children locked up there being abused and fed on. Luckily, Mustang has a way with words, and we were able to get them all out and got them to the hospital.
Oh. What a piece of shit.
He's on my list.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you were able to save them. Were they all okay?
I mean,
I mean,
physically they were malnourished and stuff, but I don't know if they're ever going to be okay with the shit they went through.
of course not. Fuck, I can't wait to kill that guy. Well, nevertheless, I get into a car with Joshua. He's trying to take me somewhere, and all of a sudden we got T-boned by another car, and out came these folk that put, they basically staked Joshua with some weird machine, and then they took me, and then before I knew it, I woke up in this weird dungeon place surrounded by Cain and Abel proverbs and stories and crosses and things. And some guy who I'm sure that I've seen before. Actually, yeah, it was the same group that came to attack Albert at the restaurant. Remember?
Oh, I
Those
remember them.
people. Yes, they captured us and they starved me in there, and a flamethrower guy came and I ate them all. And before I knew it, Joshua came in looking like this, but awake to save me. And you know who else I saw there? I just saw a bunch of cells filled with us, filled with other vampires from other clans. And it looked like they were in some sort of like prison. It looked like these weird religious bullshit people were trying to collect us as monsters. But there's not much of that anymore. I ran into Sam from the last call. Well, I didn't run into her. She was busy eating somebody. And that's how we kind of ended up here. I stole that car and drove in any direction and ended up at that bar, the Silver Spur, and that's when you found us. So
You stole a car?
yeah.
Mustang
You know,
pulls up to the train station. You want us to wait out here?
Oh, I guess we're doing the train station then.
You told me to drive. I just drove.
Okay. Well, I'm like, keep him covered. Mustang, I'd say stay in the car. I don't know, Connie, you're not really looking so hot right now, so maybe.
well, I'll just stay in the car.
Okay. So I'll get out.
You hear
Just keep
Abigail?
an eye.
You don't want to take them and just dump them in the trash can or something?
No, Abigail, I don't.
Just pointing it out
That
there.
appreciate that, Abigail. And I close the door.
You just hear muffled, "Dead weight and all."
The talking head is saying dead weight. That's the best part.
Yeah. You go up to the box. You put in the key. It turns, unlocks it, and you find what appears to be Mickey's last will and testament. Whatever proof and documentation he's had on the beckoning. And you see a picture that he has of Wesley Ian Garter with somebody else that kind of looks like very similar to Antonio Banderas, but with a mustache.
And I don't recognize him.
You don't recognize him. On the back, all it says is anti-tribu with a question mark. And then the name Cardinal Lucius Alphonse Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo. Okay. I'm going to just put everything away as casually as I can.
Mhm.
I'll look around, see if there's anything else in there.
No.
I'm not going to read this here. So I'm going to go ahead and make it go back to the car.
Yep. Mustang looks at you as you get in. Where to now?
I say let's go back to the apartment.
All right. I'll park up a few. Should I park a few blocks away then?
Yeah. Let me ask, because we have the number to the front desk at the apartment, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm going to use a payphone
Mhm.
before we go. Call it. Actually, no, I'm not going to call it because First Light is monitoring the phones. Never mind. We'll go, and I'll tell Mustang to park a bit away.
All right. And she drives. And you get about maybe 5 blocks from the apartment, and she finds a spot on the street.
All right. Do we have any sort of blanket or anything that we can cover Joshua with?
Probably in the
I
trunk.
have the thing I'm wearing.
Do you have anything underneath there? Because we're not at the bar.
Do I still have my bloody clothes?
I'll take off my trench coat.
Okay.
And I'm like, I go, the things I do for you. And I look at Connie when I say that. And I cover, I'm like, you get the head. And I cover Joshua up. I put the trench coat over him to cover him enough.
Mhm.
And I'll put up the thing. Maybe I'll even put my hat on him
Okay.
so that I hide as much of the burn as possible.
We gonna Bernie's him?
I'll weekend at Bernie's him and I'll pick him up.
Okay.
And I'll weekend at Bernie's him and I'll just like, you guys get the stuff from the trunk and we'll start walking my drunk friend here. Because I can carry him. I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, you guys get back into the apartment. Safe and
We
sound.
start dancing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just like in Sleeping Beauty.
yeah. And I'll put him in Connie's room. I'll put Joshua on the bed in Connie's room.
Okay.
And I'll put Abigail in back in my, I'll knock on the door of my room.
Nobody's there.
Oh, she's not there? Okay. So I
I
open
mean,
the
she's
door
in, she's in Albert's room.
oh, that's right, she's in Albert's room. So I'll just put her in my room.
Yep.
That way she doesn't bother her.
Yeah. Betty D climbs down and climbs into her cage. You see her just jump
Okay.
into her hammock.
And I'll close the door from her. And then I'll sit down and I'll pull out the will and testament.
Okay. And as you are about to read the Will and Testament before you go to sleep for the night, and as Connie's kind of dealing with the repercussions of what's happened to her over the weekend, before moving forward into Tuesday, the 30th of October, 1984, just shy of Hallow Eve, this is where we'll come to a close for the night. So I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in. I'd like to thank the raiders that jumped in. As always, please continue to wear your mask, continue to keep your distance, continue to wash your hands. If you are of age, please get yourselves vaccinated. We're still not out of the woods yet. It's been a long 2 years. And before this gets any rougher, I think it'd be best if we all take care of ourselves and each other. And on that note, mental health is a serious issue for us here on the channel. So please know that it is okay to not be okay. If you need to reach out for whatever reason, you're watching live, there's phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat right now. They'll be in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. So there are access points if you feel like you need to reach out and get some help. Just know that there are resources out there for you to do so. If you're not in the United States, there's a link going up as well, so you can find the resources in the part of the world that you are living in, because some of us handle things very differently, and as such, I think if you are a friend or family member, somebody that is a happy-go-lucky or strong personality, please check in on them, because you never know how much a simple hello or how are you can change the trajectory of somebody's life. So as always, I will see you tomorrow for our Legend of the Five Rings campaign, or on Friday for our Star Wars campaign. And if not, I will see you in 2 weeks, as next week our channel will be dark. So as always, thank you for joining us. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you when we see you. Have a good night.